morning of our trip to Sintra, there was a marathon happening outside of our hostel. There's the station. I like the architecture of the station because of this glass walkway over the escalators. Next stop, Sintra. The trip took about 45 minutes and it was really packed, but we made it. It was raining a lot in Sintra than in Lisbon, but the buildings are really colorful and have that old European village style. Going up the hill towards the Quinta da Regaleira and their speakers playing American country music. It's so green everywhere, and there are lots of different sculptures and monuments on the way. There was a holiday festival area along the way to the Quinta da Regaleira, so we decided to make a stop and check it out. The kids' play area looked fun with the bouncy house and rock wall, but we started to get hungry, so after climbing up hills, we found a place to eat, but I didn't record the inside. But the place we went to was called Morisca Bar, if you want to check it out. After lunch, we had to walk back down the hill to get to the Quinta da Regaleira, but it started to rain a lot more, which we weren't really prepared for. But this foggy hill did make for cool photos. There was also this cool waterfall within the walls along the way. And after walking for half an hour, we made it to the Quinta da Regaleira. Purchased in the late 1800s by Antonian Augusto Carvalho Montero, its 10-acre or 40,000 square meter estate boasts many structures including waterfalls, parks, extensive tunnels, and the famous initiation well, which we'll get to later. But now we're in the backyard of the estate. The mist in the air makes it kind of feel like we're in a jungle. One of the many coach houses in the back. Here's the Portal of the Guardians. And here's the Terrace of the Celestial Worlds and Reservoir with the cisterns. These trees outside the initiation well reminds me of the weeping willows from Harry Potter. There's a queue to get inside the well, probably because it's wet in there and we don't want anyone to rush and slip and fall down. Initiation wells are also called inverted. Kinda like as if the Tower of Notre Dame was built in reverse, so instead of climbing but shimmying our way inside, we can see lines of people along the spiraling staircase leading all the way down to the bottom. Since the only light source is from what little of the sun we have on this cloudy day, it's a little dark on the stairs, so people are using flashlights to find their steps going down. showing you all the views from each level of the stairs. I forgot to mention, Brooke doesn't do well in small spaces, so April and her stayed back. The initiation well looks just as cool from the bottom as it does from the top. At the bottom of the initiation well are a series of long tunnels people traverse through to get wherever they want. Ooh, selfie time. Is it your first time here too? Cool. Oh, two ways. Let's go this way. It's really narrow, so you have to be careful running into people. This tunnel leads to another well called the imperfect well or unfinished well, though you can't climb up or down it because, well, it's not finished. We went back to the other tunnel and this one led us to the exit. Is it done over here? But we knew there was a famous waterfall, so we went back inside and found it. Another queue. This time, it's to get from one side of the lake to the other with stepping stones. The water is about 2.5 feet or less than 1 meter deep, so you wouldn't really drown in the water. You'd just get soaked in mucky water. 80 centimeters. It was a little scary holding the camera while trying to step on the steps, but the steps were mostly dry because a lot of people were walking on it all day. It's a video. Now we're on the bridge over the lake and it gives us a nice view of the waterfall and the steps below. Back in one of the coach's house, and I was convinced to go into the gazebo, so here's the view from there. Bye. We're back at the Port of the Guardians, but this time on the top for some photos. It was starting to get dark, so the estate turned on the lights for the walkway. The palace itself is beautiful at night with the lights on the edges. Leaving the Quinta da Regaleira through the fancy main gates. Walking back to the station, but now the Christmas lights are all on. I didn't know my lens had water on it, so that's why it's making all these star shapes. This is the front of the holiday festival area we were at earlier. It looks a lot nicer at night with all the lights on. I thought these lights were pretty cool because they change colors. Before leaving Portugal, April really wanted to ride the famous Tram 28, so we got up early in the morning to try and catch the sunrise on this old rickety tram. We didn't wait too long before it came, but there were people on their way to work or kids on their way to school using the tram. Tram 28 is famous because it doesn't cost much to get on, especially with the Lisboa card, and it takes you through all of the popular tourist areas in Lisbon. So you also get a good view of everything. I didn't know my camera was this foggy inside the tram, so that's why it's a little blurry. We were able to catch the sunrise. And that's Portugal Part 3. Thank you for watching.